Well, we just got out of Us. I'm Jonn Ritland, and that is...
The Terminator.
Well, that was quite the follow. You have not seen Get Out, by the way.
I have not. I should.
Jordan Peele's follow-up to Get Out. Not in the same universe, but we will get to spoilers a bit later. We'll have like a time code in the description.
Yeah, right around here. Don't forget future me this time.
Yeah. So, for those of you that have seen the trailer, I mean, if you've seen Get Out, I will say that Us is probably on par with that. I'm going to keep it spoiler-free as far as Get Out goes. Mm-hmm. Though I will say, as far as dealing... this one doesn't deal so much with the racism aspect of it, but this deals with...
Fear of the other.
Fear of the other, and a whole lot of fucked up shit going on. If you've seen the trailer doesn't really prepare you for it.
People are like the same, but different, but still the same.
Right, but the same and different. I'm confused. And I think they were at first too. You can tell that Jordan Peele really was influenced by a lot of classic horror. The way it was paced. He was really influenced by the Twilight Zone. You can really tell. I mean, he's going to be hosting the new Twilight Zone soon. But you can tell that he was... This is the one episode that it reminded me of. One called, I believe, Mirror. It was something with a mirror in it. Because if you've seen the trailer, then you know they meet they meet their other selves.
I really enjoy how during the movie, a lot of the shot composition.
Oh yeah.
Everything leading up until the main plot hook.
Yeah.
Was telling the story in and of itself. If you just look closely enough.
And that's the thing, there were hidden details, and I mean, it's not, I don't want to say it's necessarily a deep movie. I think that there's a lot, there's some good stuff to it.
It's a movie that did exactly what it set out to do.
Yeah. The show-stealing performance clearly was Lupita Nyong'o. I probably...
I think it's Nyong'o.
Nyong'o, from 12 Years a Slave, which if you haven't seen that, she's great in it, and only watch it once. Oh boy! But she was great. Apparently she was in Black Panther. I have not seen Black Panther.
She was.
Was it good?
Oh, Black Panther? Yeah,
okay.
It was good.
But in this one... I
don't think it was the best movie of the year, but it was pretty good.
Yeah, I mean, and I could totally see why some people would think that, if it was the best movie of the year to them. So let's go with the timeline. Okay, so you got 1986. You got...
should we spoiler warning?
No. Let's go with this. 1986, you got a family... They're at a carnival. The girl goes off. Something happens, and we flash forward to present day. And you have Lupita's character Adelaide, I believe is how it is. Her husband, played by Winston Duke, who I believe was also in Black Panther. I probably should see Black Panther at some point.
Yeah.
He plays the husband, Gabe. He was pretty good in it. And then you got their children, Zora, played by Shahade. I mean, I don't quite know her name. Evan Alex, Jason Wilson. And it's unfortunate because we kept making heavy rain jokes when Lupita's character kept trying to find Jason. And it's unfortunate because it didn't take me out of the movie, but that was if you ever played Heavy Rain, you know exactly what I'm talking about. In this, you have present-day family. They're at a summer home. They visit some friends, on the beach. But there's this weird feeling of dread and stuff like that and everything.
Small little coincidences.
Yeah, that get hinted at, and that gets referenced later. And oh boy, does shit hit the fan really quickly. Again, if you've seen the trailer, the family, this other family, besieges them. And from there, you have a whole lot of stuff that really goes down, and there's a lot of really good imagery. A
lot of great moments that really reflect Jordan Peele's particular sense of humor.
Yes, that pitch black humor was absolutely great. No, that was not intentional, because he actually does pitch black humor really well.
Or your brain shuts down when you're in cryosleep.
Yeah. So that... The thing about it, again, we're trying to keep it spoiler-free, but from there, you have this family, this good family,
yes,
and the bad family trying to, basically at war with each other.
I'm badass. You're goody little two shoes.
Oh god, for a second I was like, what the fuck? Oh god. I thought you were doing a Pokemon thing. I'm like, oh, Ash, Evil Dead, of course. It's been so long since I've seen any of the Evil Dead movies. But from there, you have pretty much like a bunch of brilliant shots, and a lot of the violence, or not a lot of the violence, but some of the violence happens in the background, where it's implied, but you don't quite.
In other words, it's not the Investigation Discovery Channel. It wasn't murder porn.
I like that stuff.
No. They didn't have to show too much to get the point across.
Now, don't get me wrong. When they showed blood, and they show blood in one particular part, that like later in the movie, that was something else.
Yeah.
And from there, you have these beautiful shots, really good mood set with the music, a bunch of rabbits. I love rabbits. I will say this, though, if you're expecting some kind of shock twist or whatever, I'm not going to say you're going to be disappointed, but you probably can see where most of this is coming. But it's the performances. Lupita Nyong'o, if she does not get at least a Golden Globe for her performance in this, because she plays both, if you can tell from the trailer, she deserves or at least a Golden Globe win for this, at least a nomination. Because she was terrific. She has really risen up the ranks in the past number of years.
Yeah.
But everything was good. The humor, I liked it. It was very much like a pumped up Twilight Zone episode. There were, of course, times where the characters do something stupid, because otherwise it wouldn't be a horror movie.
But it's also, the way it's written, it doesn't feel like a forced stupidity kind of thing.
Kind of like with some of the kills in Halloween.
Yeah.
The remake of Halloween, even though we love that one. I enjoyed it, though. I thought it was quite good. Mm-hmm. So now, we're going to get into spoiler territory here.
So, cut away to this time code. This time code here will be outside of the spoiler zone.
That's right.
Highway
to the spoiler zone. Okay, so if you're still with us, we got spoilers. So, we start in 1986. You got the family. And they're at the carnival.
Not the family, but the
good family. Okay.
So the mother when she was a child.
Yeah, Adelaide.
Yeah,
and
Adelaide.
her parents, and her dad's kind of a bit of a drunk.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty much, not that you couldn't tell. If
he
you've
smoked,
seen it.
he drank a lot. It was the 80s.
Yes, it was. But from there, the mother says, "Hey, please keep an eye on your daughter while he's playing whack-a-mole."
And what does he not do?
He plays whack-a-mole, but he doesn't keep an eye on the daughter. So she goes down to this little funhouse thing, find your future and stuff like that. Find yourself. Okay, it was close enough.
It had a picture of a Native American guy above it, and one of those old carnival attractions.
And so she goes in here. It's a funhouse type thing. This owl pops out. She gets in her these funhouse mirrors. She goes to leave because she starts whistling, and she hears the same whistling. Mm-hmm. Not an echo, but another person whistling. Well, it turns out it's her other self as a child. And then, she sees her. We cut away without seeing anything, and we see stuff in flashbacks later.
Seeing oneself, but not being you.
Right.
Could really break someone's perception of reality.
It could. It would be hard to snap back to reality.
Whoops, there goes gravity.
Yes. I was going to say the rest of the lyrics, but then I just blow it away. So we cut to the daughter with the parents, when the mother is still a child, and she's being, it's a therapist or something like that, or whatever. We just want our little girl back. If you want to find out what she's doing, teach her to have her dance, have her do stuff like that. It's kind of important later.
Yes, and the daughter is apparently suffering from PTSD, which, given the scenario, is completely believable.
And she dropped the candied apple. I'm not even a big fan of candy apple. Do you want ants? Is that how you get sand ants? Sans. There you go. Comic Sans. Please no.
Alright.
But then we cut to present day. Got Lupita, family, all that. Having some good things, having some good time.
Having a good time!
And the daughter's kind of standoffish because she's older.
Going through that phase.
Yeah, like we all do at some point, except I never went through that because I'm not a girl, obviously. But Jason! God damn it. I can't help but think of Heavy Rain.
Alright.
What was good about this is they set up stuff with the family. And then they go to the beach.
Yeah, well, first it was, Adelaide was starting to see things.
Yeah.
Like, there was a spider, and then there was a smaller spider that crawled from underneath it. A spider toy, really.
Yeah.
There were moments where she was down in the basement, and she's seeing, like, where she used to dance, and finding some of her old stuff, and, like, suddenly coincidences just feel like they're piling up.
Right. Like, and it was their grandma's old house.
Mm-hmm.
And grandma passed away. So from there, and we're not going to recount everything, but from there, they go, the dad's got a boat.
Yep.
Husband's got a boat.
Crawdaddy.
And you have to hit the engine, because it leans to the left and that kind of stuff.
Things were set up for the future.
Yes.
But not in such a way that you're like, oh, I see what's going to happen. You're going to have to do this thing.
Yeah. And from there, we go to the beach.
Mm-hmm.
Jason disappears, hence the Heavy Rain jokes. And he sees somebody standing, after he gets to what Merlin's Forest, I think is what the find yourself thing was.
The Native American head on top of the amusement
park thing.
Park ride, yeah.
Right.
Was changed to a wizard because it's the 2000s and that shit don't fly no more.
Right. Wait, wizards fly, though.
Exactly.
Oh, you meant okay, I got it. But he sees this weird person. And back in '86... you had this weird guy that was holding a sign that said Jeremiah 11.
We should mention that on their way to the beach, they saw someone had died.
And that
was
was
one of the guys that the Adelaide had passed by when she was a kid that was holding this just Jeremiah 11:11.
Yes.
Austin 3:16 just said I kicked your ass.
To be honest, I don't know the Bible at all, so I don't know what it is.
When Jason was walking towards him, he noticed that there was blood on this guy's fingertips. He's wearing a coat.
Yeah, he was in, all that, so... Jeremiah 11:11. Therefore, thus said the Lord, behold, I will bring evil on them, which shall not be able to escape, and though they shall cry to me, I will not listen to them. Actually, pretty fitting.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty goddamn fitting.
I'm not a religious man. I wouldn't have known.
I had to look it up.
Yeah.
But from there, like the blood on the fingertips, Lupita says, Adelaide, I will keep you safe. I will keep you safe, Jason, but you have to stay with me. And then shit really starts to hit the fan that night. Adelaide wants to leave. Mm-hmm. She doesn't like all the stuff that's going on. Even after hanging out with some friends.
Still, it feels like things are building.
And then you have the stuff happen with the family that, the reverse side of them, the messed up side of them hits. And boy, things really get insane after that.
Yes.
I mean, the boy has a mask, Jason has a mask, so does the other one.
Anti-Jason.
Yeah, anti-Jason, which means he has...
Nosage.
Yeah. What?
Nosage.
Oh,
Nosage.
Right. Yes. What the hell, what does that mean?
It's Jason backwards.
Oh, God. Okay, I was like, what? But everybody's an opposite or whatever. If somebody's super talkative, they're not here. If somebody is super outgoing, they're not here. And you hear...
If someone has glasses, they don't hear.
Right. I know I don't have glasses. But you get, Lupita playing, the evil version of her and explaining in this just creepy voice, the way she does it. I can't really do it. It's just... It almost sound...
It was breathy, like...
It was very breathy, but it was very creepy, and it wasn't forced.
When you do this voice...
Yes.
It is because you are constraining your throat. Like being choked.
I knew a girl that could do that.
Mm-hmm.
And be choked. But...
I don't do this voice very often.
Probably a good thing. But, so, let's skip ahead on this. After all this stuff happens, so they call the police, by the way, and it's like 14 minutes away. Well, the cops don't show up. We find out why, by the way.
Yes.
But, long story short, even with, them being at a total disadvantage, meaning that they're just a typical American family, they managed to get away.
I don't think so, because none of them had a gun.
This is true. Okay, they are a somewhat typical American family. But yeah, the boat motor thing comes back. That was a hell of a death. The other husband getting killed. From there...
What was the husband's name?
Winston?
Winston?
I don't know. I pulled it away. But anyway, no, I don't remember. No, Winston Duke was his name, so let's see. Gabe, right.
So E-Bag got killed by the boat motor.
Which is pretty cool. That was a pretty cool moment. They managed to get away, and they go to their friends. But first, the friends they met at the beach. It turns out that it ain't just Lupita's family, or Adelaide's family.
That's being targeted.
It's everybody. Oh boy, everybody is just... It is Attack of the Clone Wars, and the clones are thinking for themselves, and oh shit, everything's going down. That was the bloodiest part of the movie.
Yes.
The people getting dispatched and everything, and that was really cool stuff. Mm-hmm. Jordan Peele understands how to pace horror and put some humor in without making it feel forced.
Like, the tension never felt like it really stopped.
Yeah.
But it wasn't too much tension, and the comedy that was in it was like cynical comedy. Like, there was a humor in the situation that you could laugh at, sure, but the situation would have been terrifying for the people in that place.
And Gabe was the one that mainly did a lot of the humor and to hide his fear. I can sympathize with that because that's how I deal with fear. But from there
was like a great moment where they got onto his friend's little boat that he called a yacht. Biatch.
Biatch. Yes.
Biatch. It sounds like more like a Lovecraftian curse word.
It wouldn't. Well, it would actually. You know what? It would be actually in this case because he hated black people. So.
Yeah. And earlier, his friend made an offhand quip about a flare gun. So he's in the boat and he's waiting for the guy coming up, and he pulls up the flare gun and he fires it and it completely misses.
Yeah, he aimed too far to the right. But
he ended up lighting his unfriendo on fire.
Yeah, it's kind of amazing, like, looking at this, because everybody should have gotten like a little more than just one paycheck for playing two roles.
I hope they did.
I hope so, because there was some good stunt work in there.
I hope they got double the pay that a normal actor would get.
I mean, shit, at least
playing
25.
two roles so efficiently. The kids did terrific.
They did. Everybody.
The kid actors are usually pretty terrible, but I think Jordan Peele knew how to work with them.
I think it is one of the few examples where kid actors are actually pretty good.
Yeah.
But you're right. And Jordan Peele didn't know what to do. We're gonna have to watch some backstage stuff about it.
They knew not to overuse them during the movie.
Yes.
That's the biggest thing.
And as things unfold, so everything is... One, I loved it. I loved what... And forgive me here as I look back down. What Zora did with the golf club and just knocking one of the twin girls, like, you know, twin white girls over the stairs, and then caving in the other ones, or just braining her in the bathroom. It was great stuff.
It was intense. It was tough to watch in some parts only because it definitely focused on the show don't tell.
Yes.
A lot of things were implied, like the kid Zara. Yeah, Zara attacking one of the twin clones.
Yes.
In the bathroom. They didn't show it,
but
they showed a lot of what was going on without having to say, "Oh, look at all the blood and gore! It's so terrifying."
You know, and that's the thing. It's like stuff stays scarier the less you see of it. So from there, obviously the idea is this family has to kill the rest of that family. Mm-hmm. It is revealed near the end that there are clones and copies of people living in the sewers area in a facility that they were copies of people perfectly except for the souls. So they were pretty much mad. They were pretty much mad.
A lot of them were almost cloned in a way, like they weren't just cloned in terms of form, but in function.
Yes.
Every action that someone took, they repeated, or did the reverse of.
Right.
Or simulated as best they could.
And that's the thing, since they didn't have a soul, they could only copy based on mimic. They were essentially mimics. The twist ending with Adelaide, I mean, you know, it's you knew what it was. If you saw the beginning of the movie, you know exactly what the twist was. sometimes the evil, can be bred into us, and sometimes the evil that's bred into us as youngsters can actually be taken out of us. That's kind of what the whole thing is. So, yeah, that's pretty much the end of the spoilers right there. So we're going to do that. And if you're still here, or you skip to this point, you're probably going to want to know what we think. Yes, it's a bit of a long review. We didn't cover every single thing, but once you watch the movie, you'll watch the spoilers.
Yeah.
I gotta say, I gotta say A-. I
was very impressed with this movie. I couldn't really conceive of any major flaws in the movie.
Neither could I.
The humor wasn't overused. It wasn't like the rock throwing scene in It, where it completely threw off the complete vibe of the movie.
Are you talking like the beat or where they're on the water?
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean that happened in the other one too.
Yeah.
But I agree.
It was so well paced, well shot. You could notice little details and pick up on what was going to happen, or get an idea on why Lupita Nyong'o's character was so tense.
And once again, if she does not get at least a Golden Globe nomination, it's a travesty. Because she is a rare gem.
Now, I don't know who did the sound design on this movie, but they should also get an award.
They should. Jordan,
they didn't focus on like the that stupid
jump
violin
scare stuff too. Yeah, the jump scare stuff. Yeah.
Things were paced. Any music told a story, or to ease the tension, or to mock what would ease tension in that situation. Like, I guess since we're past the spoiler part.
Yeah, but the version of I got 5 on it or whatever. Just the variations they did of that, the composition using hip hop and using that. There is this one point where they use an NWA song that was absolutely tremendous. The soundtrack.
That's what I was going to refer to, but I didn't.
No. I mean, I'll just refer to NWA. But you know what it is. If you look at the soundtrack, you'll get it.
Yeah.
But I gotta say A-. What you said? A-. I'm really going between those. I'm almost actually. You know what?
I'm gonna go with A.
I'm gonna go with A. Actually, now that I think about A,
I can't really say that this movie could get any less.
No.
But speaking of Us has a poll, and it's right up here.
The Us poll. There's more than 2
or is
grades.
it the law?
By the way, I do want to say that white rabbits are adorable, and there's a lot in this movie.
Just be careful about following them.
Yeah.
You'll either end up in the Matrix or Wonderland, and neither of them are a good situation.
Or you end up in Donnie Darko.
That's not a white rabbit.
That's not. But anyway, if you guys saw the movie, what'd you think? Let us know in the comments. Give a like, give a dislike. I mean, don't give a dislike, because Us was awesome, in our opinion. But anyway, I'm Jonn Ritland. That is
the Derbinator.
And yeah, we'll be back on Monday.
Monday. Much took early at the coming home. Grave digger.